Hey guys, J77 here, doing an actual, not much of a response video, but something that has brought on a topic that involved the Grammy Award winners, Macklemore, to say a few. Before I get started, this was brought to my attention early in the morning by Hot 97, and apparently, what they have said seemed to resonate by a lot of people who has watched the awards and was not very happy that Macklemore and Ryan Lewis swept the rap category on Sunday. Needed to say, there was a lot of reasons. Hot 97 had brought it up in their own morning show, and I'm very pretty much not gonna put all the blame on Macklemore. It's not his fault. Even he, who actually went on the air at Hot 97, acknowledged that he didn't have the best album of the year. In fact, another person, Kendrick Lamar, he said that he was a better, he had a much better year than he did, which is actually kind of noble of him, considering that Hot 97 seemed to be bashing him and actually was actually hunting him down and to actually gave a statement regarding what they said. Basically, simply put, they felt that Lamar should have won for album of the year, should have won for something, and the fact that he got pretty much left out in the cold. They was not very thrilled of how the process of the Grammys went by, as well as bringing as much as race into the issue, as well as not being represented enough by their own peers, especially within that category. That actually led to a lot of politics and Macklemore and Ray Lewis winning. Pretty also they're saying that because of their skin color, there's a 90% chance that they was gonna win anyway, which is they brought a whole lot of subject matter within a 20-minute span. And needless to say, there's a lot of stuff I was listening to. Some I don't agree with, but I do agree about one thing about it. The voting process really much did play into the factor of Macklemore getting the most nods and getting the most wins, but most importantly of how the voting has taken place. I'm just gonna say it straight up. If a person has that voting list right there, and he has to pick who they felt was the best of the best, and then they see the names, the chances are they're not going to vote for someone they don't know or never heard their music, and that's been the major flaw, not just with the music industry in terms of their award shows, but also within the war shows period. War shows is very political in that situation, especially with the Academy Awards. I'm always knocking the Academy Awards when it comes to their voting process because, according to the rules, at least the last time I checked, you don't have to look at every movie that's nominated for Best Picture. And I feel that's a huge disadvantage for a film that may be better than the movie that they're actually placing the vote for. And that's something I've always had a big gripe with. But this is no different. I'm going to read the article here that says here, Macklemore and Ray Lewis swept the rap category Sunday night's Grammys Awards, picking up the statue for Best Rap Song, Thrift Shop, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Album. A passionate debate about the Seattle rapper likely win had been called on internet for months. Many pointed out that Ken Lamar, Good Kid, means Mad City as LP that should have won Best Rap Album, and Kanye West's New Slave for Best Rap Song. Part of the contrary focus on whether Macklemore is more of a pop artist than a pure rapper, while others wonder if Macklemore would have, who is white, attract attention of the Grammy voters who may not have otherwise paid attention to the category. This is something that Hot 97 have brought up. And they brought it up extensively during that morning show. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually glad they actually brought it up, especially when it comes to these voters. But let me continue. Grammy voters who may not have otherwise paid attention to the category. Grammy voters don't cast ballots for every category. They can vote for a maximum of 9 categories as opposed to focus on what they know. That's the issue. This is something I mean. They don't have to go for every category, so that's a main issue. If they don't know who Lamar is, then I can vote for him. That's as simple as that. They're not going to vote for him. And one of the things that Hot 97 also brought up, which I find it very interesting, that rap has fought long and hard to gain the respect of the Grammys. And to see that actually go down, they do raise a question of, do they really still know the industry of rap? Now, most of that to as a feedback to the industry is that rap is not what it used to be. I'm just keeping it real. Rap is not what it used to be. It's more um, based on image nowadays than anything else, and that actually also hurt the rap industry a lot over the years. But that's a talk a bit for another time. Um, it also says in Paul was featured. The pair was featured on the cover of this year's Grammys Voters Guide. Macklemore preempted part in the conversation by posting a screenshot of his text messages with Lamar. Macklemore Lewis was set to be joined by Madonna for a performance "Same Love," while 34 couples get married in the aisle of the Staples Center. The article also shows them saying that no Macklemore. That was the tweet that was followed. Um, I'll say this, gentlemen. Again, I'm not gonna knock Macklemore's credibility in terms of him winning the award. I don't think he has nothing to be ashamed of. It's not his fault. And I do give him tremendous respect because, again, Hot 97 pushed this issue to the point where they actually call him on the phone. And he, to his credit, went on the air and he even said to everyone, hey, look, um, I didn't deserve to win that album. I actually wanted to talk about that on when I accepted the trophy, but they music came on. He had to leave the stage, but he felt that Lamar should have won for album of the year, and that is something of a noble gesture because he's getting hammered. A lot of people are not happy that he won, and again, I can't go out there and say that he was the one that set everything up. I think the focus is really should be more on the Grammys and how their voting system works. So keep in mind, he's not the only one over the years that got snubbed by the Grammys. I still remember Michael Jackson Bad being nominated for a whole lot of awards, and it didn't came out with nothing. A lot of great music artists have been nominated countless times. It's because you got nominated for so many awards. It doesn't mean you're gonna walk away with the trophy. It just means you got nominated, and you know how politics are. You know how people vote for their favorite stars, whether they had a good album or not. And this is something that's not just with the music business, but with any business that involves entertainment. Let's keep it real. These award shows are very politically driven, and this is a perfect example of that. But it does. I'm glad that again this is brought up to the forefront because it does raise the question: Does the Grammys, along with other voters, need to evaluate their voting process and try to work out it to improve it? Now, keep in mind, do I think that there should be a popularity contest where the people vote for it? I don't think that's an award show for that. But I do believe they need to look into it and see if their ways of doing it is actually snuffing out guys who actually deserve it. And that's something I think that needs to be to keep in mind for the next run. Again, look, I saw this Flip Shot video. I got the MP3. I got on my MP3 player. It's a good song. Would I consider Grammy worthy? Not necessarily. But then again, I didn't listen to the whole album. I just heard Flip Shop, so I can't really say for sure that they was justified. But I do know one thing: it wouldn't surprise me as these voters who has the opportunity to vote just didn't vote for the other guys because they didn't know them, never heard their music, or just looked at the person who was red hot at that time and say, yeah, he deserves it, he's hot, he's popular, there you go. So nothing will throw me off of that being what actually happened. But again, it also brings the question: is the Grammy leaving himself too wide open for these kind of debates to happen again in the future? And if it is something that they can do to actually improve on that. So what do you think about this, guys? Do you think that is that they should improve on it? Do you think there's nothing wrong with it? I will say this: I don't think it's a race issue. I just think it's more of a voters issue. I just think that at that particular time, I just think the people who saw Macklemore the most saw and heard his music, felt that he was the better candidate, and I think that's something. If anything else, was the main reason why we have this debate right now. But I'd like to hear your opinion, like to see what you guys said. Until then, this is J77 saying I will look at the comments below. I'll talk to you later.